Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster Perfect Stats Guide. Here I just noticed, now this is the second time I've come through here, and in the patch, it must have been yesterday, they put the hook back. So if you are down here and need to get back, up, I suppose, if you missed anything in the initial area. You can actually interact with the hook there, and I believe it'll take you back out. I never even tried it. I didn't bother. I just made sure to grab everything prior to coming down. Now, so here we've got Shiva and Ifrit. This fight, I actually totally messed up with Gao here, and I didn't realize. So I hadn't grabbed the Stray Cat Rage, which would have been very useful here. What I really should have done was to gone with something that was just going to use any sort of melee attack. I selected the Hilgigus, and that was a bad idea. Basically, these two are immune to Magnitude 8, and that's basically all Gao does, is just spam Magnitude 8 the whole time. Unfortunately, wasn't able to really accomplish anything with Gao. It's probably as you'd expect here. So Ifrit uses fire spells, and so he's weak against blizzard spells. So yeah, just hit him with. I suppose we only have the regular. Yeah, boy, we only have the base blizzard spell. It probably would have been a better idea to. Yeah, again, either use Stray Cat would have been okay, but also probably the Veil Dancer would have been all right as well. Veil Dancer will use Blizzara, and I think Ifrit spends more time here. Ifrit spent a lot more time active, I should say, than Shiva did. Ifrit can be a bit of a problem if he uses Blaze. I'm trying to think now if the few times here where I actually fought these two, if I saw him cast Blaze. My guess is he still does, and that will probably wipe you out. There is no way to use you can't absorb it with Runic, and it can't be reflected either. So good chance that just wipes you out. So there's nothing really that you can do about it. Obviously, I think wall rings, they're called reflect rings, I guess. Now, I think that those are a good idea. I tried there used to be a little trick where when when one of them transitions away, like the battlefield is kind of empty, and so you could actually run. But that I don't think that's possible anymore. I think that they've gotten that solved, I suppose. I like the little effect though that they do when they they disappear and kind of reappear towards us. And I don't know, I thought that looked really cool. There, Gao actually does some damage, 16 big ones. But yeah, so anyways, this is probably an okay battle. Also to actually, again, if you're gonna rage with Gao and use the Stray Cat, putting him in the front row would probably be fine too. For the most part, they're just going to cast spells on you the whole time, and so it doesn't really actually matter what row you're in. I suppose that would also be the case with Cyan here. If we, if I was going to use his Bushido skills, I could probably put him in the front row. Although, nah, you know what? That wouldn't matter. That wouldn't matter now that I'm thinking about it. Because I believe Dispatch, works. Or I always want to say Dispatch. Is it called? I think it's Fang. Is his first ability now. In this version, I think I just always think Dispatch when I think Cyan. But yeah. Anyway, so here I start bouncing Blizzard spells off of all of my characters. I don't remember if this actually will add more damage than just casting the like the single target. I'm not sure. I could have swore it was though, or it looked like it was doing more damage. There, unfortunately, though, Ifrit bounces a Firaga off of us, and so he gets healed for, what was that, like 600? But I mean, that's still better than eating eating one to the face. Here, you'll want to have Celes equipped with white dress and one of the elemental weapons that we got on the way, and then one, a wall ring, or I always want to say wall ring, right? Because that's what they were called before. But a reflect ring, and then one earring, and then Gao had earrings as well. Unfortunately, he's not doing anything. And then I think I actually might have put an earring, and obviously, I should say everybody has a reflect ring, but I think I've got an earring on Cyan as well. And then actually Locke should have one too, because he can't steal anything this time around. So there's no reason to have the thief glove on him. Yeah, Fang, that's right, I did rename that. But yeah, I mean, honestly though, not too bad. There's always the little issue though, where we don't really know when the transition is going to happen between Ifrit and Shiva. So unfortunately, sometimes I'll load up a spell here and then I'll end up healing, but that's just kind of how it goes. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. The guy was still at it. Yeah, that was comical. So this was this is actually footage where I've had to redo some of this stuff because of the changes that they've made to I guess technically still it's yesterday's patch, and so I had to come back through here with the characters that we would actually use, right? Because again, in my older playthrough there, or my initial playthrough, I took Edgar because we were able to run from all of the minecart battles, and so it actually didn't really matter who you brought with here. But again, the times have changed and reverted back to the old days of not being able to run and having to absorb a bunch of experience on the minecart. So unfortunately, again, I had to kind of zip through here, and unfortunately that meant that I was fairly unprepared, and I didn't stock up on my items as well as I should. Obviously, I didn't even have the cat or stray cat rage for Gao, so could have done this a lot better. But the fact that I was still able to pull it off, ended up being all right. So missable things. Again, everything actually in the Magitech research facility, for the most part, is missable. So the flan are missable as well. I'm not sure. Oh, I had auto battle queued up, so I ended up casting some spells on accident here. But that is the formation. There's basically two different formations with the flan. There's this formation where all four are out on the map right away, and then there's another formation where it starts out with one, and then it splits, and then there's two, and then you kill off those two, and then three more spawn for a total of 6. Now, I don't like that one because I would rather just boom, when I come across them on the Veld, I'd rather just flash one time or use a multi-target ability and wipe everything out. It speeds that up faster, or, speeds that specific formation up faster. So, again, I do not take the formation that starts with the single flan. Now, here is the Onion Knight and the General. I do not keep this formation either. There's actually a couple of formations here in the stairwell that I don't end up keeping. The reason being is, for one thing, I don't really like the Onion Knights. I find them extremely obnoxious. It's kind of one of those deals too where, as we're farming the Veld, that's just one of those encounters that I don't, I suppose one of the enemies that I just don't really want to be coming across. They'll oftentimes imp you and stuff, so they're just really annoying, and if I can avoid that, them, I suppose, or avoid taking excess formations with them in it, then I do so. And then here is the General. Now, by the way, the 3 trappers there, I of course talked through it, but I don't take that formation either. That's redundant. We'll be able to get that later. The 2 Generals, however, I do take that one. Actually, I prefer that one, again, because there's really only 2 formations with Generals. It's either the double there or the one with the Onion Knights, and again, I don't want to take that one. Now, here in this area, in the tube room, This is one of the encounters here that I do not take. This is the single Lenurgia. And then there's another single formation with the Destroyer that I didn't grab either. But there's the hidden Stone Blade. Definitely grab that. That chest, counts for the treasure finder or whatever. Now, this formation is the one that I will actually keep, though. So this is the 2 Lenurgias and the Destroyer. So again, for efficiency's sake, I take that. But all right, I'm out of time.